dozens gather downtown to protest an alleged assault of two girls after an encounter at a Lexington restaurant. Family members packed the Armed Forces Reserve Center to send off a group of soldiers deploying overseas. Kentucky loses its second straight game as the Cats try to become bowl eligible. We'll have highlights from today's game.
This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us here on the CW Lexington. I'm Sean Moody. They're asking for justice. Today, over 100 people marched on downtown Lexington to protest an alleged assault of two African-American girls. Last week, 17-year-old Queen Gates says she and her friends were having a downtown photo shoot and stopped in Portofino to change clothes. Gates says a manager, a white man, accused the girls of stealing a waitress's jacket. Gates tells us she showed the manager her bag and left, but outside, Gates says the manager confronted the girls again, and she says ended up punching one of her friends in the face. Caitlin Sentner joins us now live as people are protesting tonight.
Good evening, Sean. Protesters have been around Lexington today marching. They've been standing in front of the Portofino restaurant for a number of hours now. If we look behind me here, this woman has a Stronger Together sign. This is just one of many signs here at the protest. Another one reads, "One of the Portofino three could have been me." This protest follows an incident last week at the Lexington restaurant protesters say was racially driven. The Lexington Police Department was investigating the incident. Police said 5 minors went into the restaurant to charge their phones, but Portofino employees confronted the group about a stolen jacket. Police said the employees followed the group out of the restaurant. That's when protesters say the girls were assaulted. They've been chanting, that is, protesters have been chanting tonight, saying they want change. They want the male employee arrested for assault and they want him fired. We spoke with one of the organizers who says she's happy with today's turnout, but she says a lot needs to change.
As young black people, it is very scary to know that you can't even go somewhere and change your clothes in the bathroom without being assaulted and harassed. So we're out here showing these girls love and trying to get justice and peace for them.
Some of the people that were here tonight have left already, and they're headed over to the courthouse where a Trump rally was supposed to have started a few minutes ago. Live in Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Caitlin, thank you. Like Caitlin just said, there's a separate protest also underway in downtown Lexington, was scheduled to begin right here at 6 o'clock as part of the nationwide demonstrations against the recent election of Donald Trump for president. We'll have more on that tonight on WKYT News at 11. Yesterday, America came together to honor those who've served in uniform. There were parades and vigils across the country. Today, family gathered in Richmond to send off some Kentucky soldiers heading overseas. 26 soldiers from Kentucky are first heading to Texas as they get ready to deploy. Mike Byer has more from Richmond.
I'm a little excited about getting on the road and getting going.
Lieutenant Colonel Joe Warren is one of 26 members of the 149th Military Engagement Team, a team that is leaving for Fort Hood, Texas tomorrow morning, ultimately deploying overseas.
I'm always busy. She's working, the kids are in school, there's, life still goes on at home.
That's the only thing I've ever known, so, we just do it.
But Lieutenant Colonel Warren isn't just a soldier. He's also a 16-year veteran of the Lexington Police Department. Putting his patrolling duties on hold here in Lexington, he will now spend the next 9 to 10 months in Saudi Arabia. There, he will try to build relations while at the same time trying to make time for his wife and 2 girls.
We'll Skype and we'll play board games. The kids will make moves for me and just kind of, try to do something that's a little normal.
Family members packed the Armed Forces Reserve Center in Richmond for today's departure ceremony, a ceremony that gives these soldiers a proper send-off.
There's never a good time to deploy. They're in different parts of their life, whether it's a high school graduation, a college graduation, a birthday, an anniversary. You're going to miss something.
Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Gardner is the group's commander.
1, 2, 3.
He says they came together about 8 months ago and are ready to make a positive impact.
We've done a lot of specialized training. We're eager to learn more about the different cultures and the different militaries.
I'm excited about getting over there and learning more about it.
In Madison County, Mike Byer, WKYT.
That team, the 149th Military Engagement Team, will spend a few weeks training at Fort Hood before they head overseas. We are learning new information about a deadly crash that killed one person and has another facing charges. This happened early yesterday morning on Athens-Boonesboro Road at Hayes Boulevard. Police say a car driven by 24-year-old Alexandria Rankin T-boned a truck, killing the driver, 23-year-old Robert Hattler. According to her arrest citation, police say Rankin admitted to drinking alcohol before driving. They say she also failed multiple field sobriety tests, had slurred speech and bloodshot eyes, and a strong smell of alcohol on her breath. Rankin is charged with manslaughter and DUI. She'll appear in court on Monday. It's a cold kickoff to the weekend, with many parts of the Bluegrass looking at a hard freeze as temperatures fall overnight. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell joins us now with more on your weekend forecast. It's a gorgeous sunset out there.
Oh, it is fantastic. That glow is beautiful as you see back toward the downtown area. And unfortunately, as we were discussing last Sunday, it's all too early now for us, but beautiful nonetheless. And it is right now 44 degrees here in Lexington with a feels-like temperature, friends, that is what you would consider a wind chill, with 42 coming in. Winds are out of the north at around 5 miles per hour, and we are looking area-wide at more 40s. You've got low, mid, and upper 40s to around 50 degrees showing up across most of the Commonwealth for us here on this Saturday evening. 50 down toward the Harlan area. We look at our Defender radar network, and this is something we want to see get a little more active. We want to track some showers, I promise, but the problem is we haven't had a major player come in here to bring good, solid rain. We haven't had a front bring you the chill that we have out there right now, and it just wasn't enough. Let's break down the forecast as we head through the next little bit here. We'll go through the overnight and early tomorrow morning. We're around 28 degrees early tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Then we're into the 50s, close to 60. We'll back things off in a hurry tomorrow evening as we get back down into the 40s by 8 o'clock, and then overnight again, probably around freezing. But we've got a warming trend overall that'll try to unfold in our 7-day forecast before it gets shot down again, and a couple of rain chances. Nothing decent, but a couple during the work week. I'll track all of it coming up for you in just a few minutes.
All right, Jim, thank you. The football Cats were down in Tennessee this afternoon to face off against the Volunteers. Lee K. Howard joins us now with highlights from today's game.
Hey, Sean. Yeah, Kentucky's still looking for that elusive 6th win, traveling to Tennessee today for one final SEC contest. And Kentucky needed just 2 offensive plays to get on the board. Boom Williams goes untouched for the score to give UK an early 7-0 lead. We go late in the first, now 10-7 Kentucky, and the Vols take their first lead on a 1-yard touchdown run by Josh Dobbs. Made it 14-10 Volunteers. Kentucky's next drive would result in a field goal, but the Vols were trading field goals for touchdowns. Dobbs to Ethan Wolf to extend the Tennessee lead to 21-13 at the half. We go to the third quarter, now 28-16. Another missed opportunity inside the red zone for the Kentucky Wildcats. Benny Snell putting the ball on the turf, and Tennessee would recover. 4 trips inside the red zone without a touchdown for the Wildcats, and the Vols drove the field on the next possession, capped off by Alvin Kamara's 17-yard touchdown run to extend the lead back to 19, and the Wildcats weren't able to catch up. Tennessee wins 49-36 despite 635 yards of total offense from the Cats. Here's Rob Bromley.
How do you pile up 635 yards total offense, 443 on the ground, and lose by 13 points? Well, that's what the Cats did on this field on what turned out to be another long afternoon at Neyland Stadium.
When you rush for that many yards, the difference is in the red zone. They capped it off with touchdowns. We capped it off with some field goals. Again, you know, in a close game when the defense is reeling, every point counts, and got it down there and had a turnover down deep, that puts us behind as well.
It's pretty frustrating. I mean, we just got to learn to finish the game on all sides of the ball, offense, defense, and special teams. But, I mean, we got to move on now to Austin Peay. So.
Tennessee wins it 49-36. Cats fall to 5-5 now, 4-4 in the Southeastern Conference, and they will have to wait until next week to be bowl eligible. In Neyland Stadium, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
Rob, thank you. Coming up, hundreds of volunteers gathered in Lexington today to help thousands of families enjoy a good meal this Thanksgiving.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
Chilly enough for you out there today. Even with all that sunshine, we just could not warm to some very comfortable levels, but it's fine. It's a very seasonable chill, one that you would get or expect this time of year. And we're continuing to watch the chill get a little more intense as we work into the overnight as normal. 44 in Lexington, 43 degrees in Danville, and you've got more mid-40s, upper 40s showing up to our south and east. A couple of spots in the 50s, but you're so close to the 40s, it doesn't matter. Let's compare it to the same exact moment yesterday because it was a much warmer day. It's 10 degrees cooler at the same second here in Lexington. While we were barely in the 50s in some spots today, well, we were well into the 50s yesterday, and we were on the cooling trend, at least at this moment. So a lot of cooler air ushering in throughout the entire area. Overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning, I think we're in that 25 to 30 degree range wherever you may be here across Kentucky. 27 by early at 7 o'clock in Lexington, 28 Richmond, Mount Sterling, 27. You get the general idea. We've got some pretty cold air to wake up to in the morning. Defender Radar Network. It remains on the clear side here for us throughout the entire area, and this is going to be a trend that unfortunately continues, even with a small chance of rain coming in our hour-by-hour forecast. What we have here is some energy that's going to be working along the east coast. It'll feed that moisture back toward the northwest, which means as we head into your Sunday, Monday time period, especially more so into Monday, we'll have some very small rain chances showing up into eastern sections of Kentucky. You can see it's barely getting in there, but this is an area that needs it desperately, not only in eastern Kentucky, but you get down into the mountains there into Tennessee and North Carolina, where we're still tracking some pretty massive forest fires, trying to shake that situation up. So this will help. It's not going to be enough to completely extinguish those flames, but it is certainly a step in the right direction here, because any little bit of rain pushes us closer and closer. The next best chance of rain is one that we're going to watch for late next week. Not only are we watching that, out ahead of this next big system, we're going to watch temperatures soar again, maybe into the 70s. It's certainly a good possibility. I haven't committed to it in the 7-day forecast yet, but it is looking like we'll be dancing all around it with a big-time cold shot that follows it in. That one could be even colder than the one that we're going to experience out there tonight, and even what we had out here today, because we get stuck in the 40s perhaps on Saturday with the temperatures, I think, trending downward through the day. It all depends on that setup. But leading up to it, John, very good-looking stuff this week. We go to normal and above.
Yeah, we'll take above.
Yeah,
I'll take it any day.
Above's not bad, yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Hundreds of volunteers packed boxes of food Saturday at the Basket Brigade at God's Pantry Food Bank warehouse here in Lexington. 400 people worked in an assembly line to pack those Thanksgiving food boxes for more than 4,000 families. This is the 10th year Barbara Hamilton and her family have volunteered. For her, it's a way to help others and remember her son.
My son passed away 11 years ago, and so we wanted to do something, and it's around this time of year, and we just wanted to do something in memory of him. He was just a very giving person, so it seemed like the perfect way to honor him.
God's Pantry will add a turkey and some fresh produce to each of those boxes before they deliver them to the families. Those boxes will be dropped off at senior centers next weekend, and then the families will pick those baskets up the Monday before Thanksgiving. It was a big game for Kentucky, and they just couldn't pull it out in the end. Lee K is back in now with the highlights.
Yeah, we'll have those coming up after the break. The Wildcats come up short despite having a career rushing day. Yeah, those highlights and much more next in sports. There's nothing easy about going on the road and trying to get a win in Knoxville. The Wildcats have 32 years of experience to back that up. Kentucky attempting to break a losing streak at Tennessee that dates back to 1984. Early on, the Wildcats had their offense going on Kentucky's first play from scrimmage. Steven Johnson calls his own number, racing 75 yards, eventually taken down at the 10-yard line. On the very next play, Johnson hands it off to Boom Williams. He weaves his way untouched for 6. Kentucky on the board first, 7-0. Later in the first, now 10-7 Kentucky. And the Vols take their first lead on a 1-yard touchdown run by Josh Dobbs. It was 14-10 Volunteers. The Wildcats had a chance to retake the lead on 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line, but Benny Snell is tripped up by his own player in the backfield. Huge missed opportunity. The Wildcats would settle for a field goal. Well, the Vols were trading field goals for touchdowns. Dobbs to Ethan Wolf to extend the Tennessee lead to 21-13, and that was the score at the half. We go to the 3rd quarter now, 28-16. Another costly mistake inside the red zone. Snell putting the ball on the turf, a fumble, and Tennessee would recover. 4 trips inside the red zone without a touchdown for the Wildcats. The Vols drove the field, capped off by an Alvin Kamara 17-yard touchdown run to extend the lead to 19. You have to give it to the Kentucky offense. They kept battling. JoJo Kemp back from injury after missing 2 games and rumbling for a 71-yard touchdown. That brought the Cats within 13 after the failed 2-point conversion. But once again, Tennessee had the answer. Dobbs knifes his way through the Kentucky defense for a 45-yard score, and that put the game out of reach for the Wildcats. Final score 49-36. The Wildcats rushed for 443 yards in the loss, becoming the first FBS school this season to rush for more than 400 yards in a loss. Here's Rob Bromley.
Big day here in Knoxville for the Kentucky offense. 443 yards on the ground, the most since 1951. But the Cats had no answer for Tennessee quarterback Joshua Dobbs. He takes the field for the 4th time against Kentucky and beats the Cats.
He's a very good football player. He's very talented, and he's a big guy that's very elusive. He's deceptive. You know, he has great speed, but he has very good balance and toughness, and I'm glad we don't have to see him anymore. He's a senior, right? Get him out of here. Yeah.
He's like a tight end playing quarterback, man. It's hard to get him down, and when he get in the zone, it's basically can't stop him.
You know, they got a great leader at the quarterback position, and they got a good backfield. You know, I give a lot of respect to them boys. But man, I feel like we left a lot on the field, and I feel like it's a lot that we gotta do to get better for next week.
So the Cats are still looking to be bowl eligible, but they will be a big favorite next Saturday when they return home, trying to get win number 6 against Austin Peay. In Knoxville, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
Thank you, Rob. Kentucky basketball tipped off its season with a 23-point win over Stephen F. Austin, a much closer game by point margin than the Wildcats' 2 exhibition games. It wasn't a perfect game for UK. John Calipari pointed out the lack of rebounding by his guys against the Lumberjacks, but it was a good introduction into college basketball for the Kentucky freshmen.
This was a good game to wake everybody up to understand, okay, this is college basketball. You're not just walking, you're not beating people by 80. You're not just trying to dunk ball. You got to play basketball. You got to be disciplined. You got to create good shots for each other. You got to rebound. You got to be tough.
Other games, they weren't competitive at all. We came in and did what we were supposed to do, and today, I mean, they started off well, but then I feel like we weared on them. And, I mean, we were the better team. I mean, we started to execute a little bit. Defense picked up in the second half, and we just kept it on.
And the Wildcats are back on the court Sunday night hosting Canisius, part of a 3-game and 5-day stretch. The game tips at 6 o'clock on ESPN2. And coming up tonight, our look at the UK men's basketball season. UK basketball, the main event comes your way at 8 o'clock right here on your home for UK sports, WKYT. And the UK women opened the season with a win last night over Miami. They're back on the court tonight to face Albany at 7 o'clock. We'll have those highlights for you tonight at 11. We'll be right back.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot is $258 million. Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $73 million. So still more non-November-like weather coming. I mean, we've been spoiled.
We have been, and you know, and we try to balance things out, and you've seen that. But our 7-day forecast, it once again is going to trend upward again as we get toward especially the middle of the week. I think that I might be underplaying those temperatures at the end. We could be closer to 70 degrees before another big-time front sweeps through. And something that we're going to focus in on and try to hone in is the fact that once that front gets here toward the end of the week, we might be talking severe weather possibilities. It's a few days out, but we'll watch for that.
A little bit of everything. Thank you, Jim. Thank you for joining us. Our next newscast is at 11. And remember, the news is always on at WKYT.com. Have a good night.